Hi students, today we are here with a new chapter, that is chapter 6th, Two Gentlemen of Verona. Before entering to this chapter, let me introduce about the writer A.J. Cronin. A.J. Cronin was a doctor by training. He practiced medicine in Wales and in London. It was while recovering from breakdown in health that he wrote his first novel, Arthur's Castle. It was a huge success. Cronin gave up practicing medicine and took to writing as a career. He wrote a number of novels and short stories. Some of his best known novels have been made into successful film. You see that actually he was a doctor, but after that he became the novelist. The title of this story is from one of the earlier plays of Shakespeare. The story recounts the hard life chosen by two young boys so that they could pay for the treatment of their sister afflicted with tuberculosis. The boys loved their sister so sincerely that they were prepared to make any sacrifice for her ungrudgingly. Their sacrifice, their sincerity, and devotion to the cause, and the maturity they display in their actions give a new hope for humanity. Here, before starting the chapter, let me speak about the characters. Here we can see there are three main characters, two gentlemen, that's two boys, and the narrator. The two gentlemen of Verona are the boys in the story, Nicola and Jacopo. Nicola and Jacopo. Nicola, aged 13, is the elder brother of Jacopo, aged 12. Both the siblings are very sincere and self-sacrificing. They are prepared to do anything for helping their sister Lucia to recover from tuberculosis. They live a hard life and to do all sorts of odd jobs, right from shining shoes, selling fruits, distributing newspapers, to working as tourist guides and running their errands. They still look contented and maintain their self-respect. They don't have the intention of taking about their family problem and want to keep it a secret. During the war period, they start hating Germans and also join the resistance movement for their country's freedom. Then coming to the narrator. The narrator of the story is a sensitive, kind and helpful person. Even after his driver's warning, he lands up buying strawberries from the boys to help them. He notices the honesty and sincerity of the shabbily dressed and nearly starved boys. He also drops the boys to the hospital where their sister is admitted. He also decides to not reveal to the boys that he knows about their family crisis. Now let us come to the chapter. It's a very interesting and heart-touching chapter about these two gentlemen, Nicola and Jacopo. They have given their life and they have worked hard to help their sister to recover from the disease tuberculosis which she was affected with and being in the hospital. Here, the narrator is driving through the foothills of the Alps along with his companion. While driving on the outskirts of Verona, two young boys were selling wild strawberries. Then they stopped their car. The small boys appear to be quite shabby, and the driver is not keen on buying strawberries from them, because you know that the driver knows that whenever he goes pass through this way, he might have been seen these boys. So he told this man, don't mind these boys. Then the narrator's a companion gets to know that the boys are brothers. The elder one, aged 13, is Nicola, and the younger brother, aged 12, is Jacopo. The narrator and his companion buy the biggest basket of strawberries from the boys and go towards the city. You see that he has got a kind of sympathy towards these boys, and he avoided the driver's command, and he has bought the strawberries, that basket full of strawberries from these boys. The next morning, they again see the same two boys doing shoe shining job, and on being asked, they say that they do many things for a living. They also tell the narrator and his companion that they could work as guides and show the visitors places of interest in the town. So the narrator asks them to take them to Juliet's tomb. During the time of their stay in the town, the two young boys turn out to be very helpful to the visitors. You see that by seeing their smartness and they working hard, so he has got a kind of attraction towards these boys, and also he wants to know about them more and more. For that he was searching, and he was finding out from where these boys and how they came to do these all works, whatever work they are ready to do. So he has got a kind of attraction towards these boys. Then the boys are found with a bundle of unsold newspapers and are ready to sell. Ready to sell them when the last bus arrives on night. The narrator then talks to them and asks them why they are working so hard. Because the curiosity, I told you, he was having a kind of curiosity about these boys, and he asked them why you are working day and night without any hesitation. He also told them that they seem to fetch sufficient money, so why were they not spending anything on clothes and food? Nicola tells him that they had something in their mind, but he does not elaborate. Nicola was telling that, yes, we are working hard. We have another intention, but they were not ready to explain that what was their intention, for what purpose they are working. Jacopo then requested the narrator to drop them in his car to the village Polete, that is around 30 kilometers away. He requests him and says that it would be a greater favor. Although Nicola does not like the fact that his brother is troubling the narrator. Nicola is elder one. He was thinking that Jacopo, without sense, he might have been asked. Then he was telling that, no, we are not ready to trouble you. You see, because he is a very small boy. That is what. So, I am very sorry. My brother asked you to help us. But the narrator gladly agrees to help the boys with reaching that place. So the next afternoon, he along with his companion drives to the village. After dropping them, the small boys enter a large red-roofed villa, which is actually a hospital. You see that these boys asked him to take them to somewhere, one place that was the hospital where these boys wants to go. And till now they have not told that where they wants to go. Actually, they want to go to the hospital where their sister is. No? Then they were asking him to take them to the hospital. He tries to find out from nurse about the girl in the hospital and the boys. Later, the nurse tells him that Lucia is the sister of the boys and is suffering from tuberculosis. She also mentioned that a bomb destroyed their home during the war, and even their father, Vitover, had got killed during the early part of the war. When he died, his three children were left to starve. She told the narrator that the boys also started hating the Germans who came to rule the city and even become a part of the resistance movement. Once the war was over, Lucia got afflicted with the tuberculosis, and the boys had to admit her to the hospital. So they have been trying their best to make the payment regularly to the hospital. You see that? For that payment only, these boys were working day and night. The narrator waited outside the room. He did not say anything to the boys on their way back in order to give the impression that they did not know about their secret. You see that after meeting their sister, they have come back. They have given fruits and they have given the medicines and they have spent time with their sister. After that, they have come back and they told her that next week again, after doing the hard work, we will come with the money to pay the bills of her treatment. And they don't want to reveal that their sister is in this condition and suffering a lot. But the narrator already he came to know from that nurse that these children are really struggling a lot, but he also kept quiet and he doesn't want to reveal that he knows everything, and also he doesn't want to show that which they are keeping hiding from him, let it be in secret. Now you see children, this is what the chapter. Here we will see that when we analyze this chapter, we can understand that J. Cronin wrote these memoirs after visiting Verona. As discussed earlier, the novel's name is inspired by a popular Shakespeare's play. Nevertheless, the main idea of the author is to underline the virtues that make a man a man. The virtues that make a man a man. The story captures the sentiments that true humanity is not about letting go, and it is about courage and determination. Courage and determination. The two young gentlemen of Verona faced their difficulties head on without a single complaint. That is important. Without any complaint, they were doing the work. The love and emotional strength are truly commendable, and the boys' maturity and sense of responsibility are also praiseworthy. These boys display exemplary courage amidst extreme poverty and devastation, and the authors manages to find real inspiration from their life. This is what the story. I hope that you understood the story very well. Thank you so much.